Stop engaging in arguments just to prove a point. What up, what up, what up? What's going on, everybody? This your man Lucky. I'm back with another one. Fellas, listen to me and listen to me very well. It's okay to walk away. If you're that guy that has a problem with walking away from an argument or walking away from a situation that you know that you're right, but you know somebody's coming at you sideways or whatever the case may be, and you just can't let it go, let it go. Listen, a lot of times, guys, you're in situations where in order for you to have the last word or in order for you to prove your point, you're in a situation where you're accepting disrespect and you don't even realize it. You can be in a situation where you're arguing with someone to prove a point, yet during the course of this argument, they're yelling at you. They're being, they're talking foul to you. They're being belligerent. You understand what I'm saying? And you're accepting this type of behavior simply because you want to stay in the argument to prove your point. No point is that important to prove if you must accept a whole bunch of disrespect in the process of you proving your point. That's what I'm trying to say. Your point is not worth your respect. Stop engaging in arguments just to prove a point, because although at the end you may have proved your point, but you accepted 15 minutes, 20, 30, 40 minutes of disrespect in the hopes that you can get your point proven. It's not that serious, guys. Never accept disrespect. If you're having a conversation with someone and they begin to get loud and they want to overtalk you and they're trying to prove their point. And so, and I get it, guys. A lot of times you're passionate about what it is that you're trying to say. They may be passionate about what it is that they're trying to say. And then, that passion begins to escalate. I get that. I understand that. But you have to understand the difference between someone trying to prove a point or someone trying to debate versus you being disrespected. Do not sit and allow someone to disrespect you just because you have a point to prove. I don't care if you're right or not. It doesn't matter. No point is worth your respect. Do not sacrifice your respect just to prove a point, man. Walk away. Walking away is not weak. Stop thinking that, you walking away from a situation is weak. It is not. Actually, you walking away from a situation shows a higher level of emotional intelligence that most people just do not understand. Listen, in life, you're going to learn things. You're going to learn things, and then at some point in time, you're going to have to unlearn things. At one point in time, you might have thought, I gotta stand strong. I gotta prove my point. I gotta this and that and blah, blah, blah. Okay, once you get to certain or newer levels in life, you can look back and say, hey, you know what, man, that was a different type of thinking. That was I was thinking in a scarcity mindset to where I have to be right and I gotta prove my point, or I can't walk away. I gotta have the last word. A lot of guys, tough guys, I gotta have the last word and blah. When you get to a certain level of understanding, it's okay to look back at your old self and say, hey, you know what? I learned now. And so now that I know better, I'm going to do better. It's not a problem. It's okay. But see, the thing is, a lot of y'all can't walk away from the old you. So you'll never become the new you. As life goes on, we progress. As life goes on, we grow. And a part of growing is leaving the old us behind. That's just what it is. When you're in school, you're in the first grade. When you go to the next level, when you go to the next grade, when you go to the second grade, you have to leave the first grade behind you. When you go to the third grade, you have to leave the second grade behind you. When you go to the fourth grade, you have to leave the third grade behind you. When you go to the fifth grade, you have to leave the fourth grade behind you. Y'all get what I'm saying? I wasn't even keeping track. I hope I did that right. But if I didn't, y'all understand what I'm saying, okay? You have to leave your old thinking behind. You'll never get ahead if you continue to hold on to your old mindset, your old way of thinking, your old ideology. You got to upgrade. As life goes on, you have to continue to upgrade. That's what knowledge is about. As you learn new knowledge, you got to let some of that old stuff go. Period, point blank. No, listen, no point is worth your dignity. No point is worth your respect. It's okay. Some people just don't get it. Listen. If you're at a point to where you're arguing with someone, it's obvious that y'all don't see eye to eye. And that's okay, guys. You have to understand it's okay if somebody doesn't see it your way. Everybody's looking at life through a different lens. Everybody is at a different point in their life at different times. Where you are in your life might not be where somebody else is in their life. Where you are in your emotional intelligence, someone else might not be as emotional intelligent as you. Where you are in your day may not be where somebody else is in their day. Somebody may have had a bad day. You know what I'm saying? They just whatever. And then now you get into a conversation with them and y'all don't agree about something. And whatever it is that they've been holding on to all day, all week, all month, all year, all their life may just come out at this particular point in time. See, guys, part of you being emotionally intelligent is being able to read other people's emotions and knowing how to move accordingly. And you moving accordingly is not necessarily you moving around somebody else's emotions. It's simply you moving in a way to where you can continue to keep your emotions in check. You're able to keep your actions in check simply because you recognize that their emotion is about to spill out on you and you have to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Stick and move, dodge this, that, and the third, and understand like, yo, you know what? You're at a place right now. Maybe you need to be alone. Maybe me and you don't need to have this conversation or whatever the case is. But you have to be able to understand their emotions. You have to know yours, but then you have to be able to recognize theirs as well. Never, ever, ever accept disrespect from anybody. If y'all don't agree, y'all just don't agree. But when somebody starts trying to overtalk you, they want to, listen, communication goes two ways. It goes two ways. In order to communicate, there's somebody that's going to be speaking and there's somebody that's going to listen. And then at one point, that's going to change and the person who was listening is now going to speak and the person who was speaking is now going to listen. That is effective communication. When you got two people trying to talk at the same time, or you have one person that is trying to control the conversation where every time you try to speak, they don't let you speak. So you say, okay, I'm going to sit back and let you finish. Then when they stop talking, you proceed to talk and they jump out there and start trying. Man, listen, there has to be a level of respect involved in every single thing that you do, guys, period. Do not allow people to disrespect you. You don't do it. Now, there's a way that you handle, disrespect. I'm not a proponent of just, every time somebody disrespects you or when somebody disrespects you, you got to make a scene or you got to be loud and blah. Nah, I believe that there's a tactful way that you handle every situation. That's what I believe. I know a lot of people disagree. No, man, I don't care where we at and this and that and how we doing it. Yo, you disrespect me, you gonna get it in front of everybody, whatever. I don't necessarily believe in that, okay? I believe it takes a certain amount of emotional maturity to be able to govern your actions accordingly, and you can address the disrespect at maybe another time, step to the side to where you're not, making a scene or whatever. But guys, listen, do not accept disrespect, man. If somebody cannot agree to disagree, if somebody cannot debate, if somebody, man, listen, if somebody cannot even carry on a meaningful conversation, or man, what's the word I'm looking for? A civil. That's what I'm looking for. Like just a civil conversation, whether y'all agree or disagree. Don't accept disrespect, especially to try to prove a point. You're going to let somebody disrespect you and overtalk you and do all of this stuff for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. You can't get a word in, man. That person has absolutely no respect for you, period, point blank. And you got to get up out that situation. It's okay to walk away, man. Walking away does not make you weak at all. It doesn't. Walking away does not make you weak. Guys, listen, do not accept disrespect under any circumstance, especially if you're just trying to prove a point. Just let it go. They don't understand. They don't even respect you enough to even hear your side of the, man, listen, guys, come on. You got to walk away from a lot of situations, okay? A lot of you guys are in relationships, and I get it, man. You're going back and forth with your old lady and this kind of stuff like that, or, you know, whatever the situation is, man. Whatever the situation is, do not allow someone to disrespect you guys. It's not worth it. I'm telling you. The long-term effects of that is going to be ridiculous. And what you accept now is going to become the standard. So now that you set the standard by allowing the disrespect, you're not going to get anything but disrespect. And that disrespect is going to get worse. Look, guys, don't accept disrespect, man, especially if you're trying to prove a point, man. You don't have to have the last word, man. Let them stand on whatever they standing on and let them, okay, all right, cool, no problem. But this conversation is done. All right, guys, and with that being said, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good.